thing.
Hi. Hold on, let me get my glasses.
Our whole family, which is really what gave me the idea.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Say hello.
Hi.
And we want to see if you have a few minutes. You want to kind of just sit down and chat with you for a few minutes?
We're gonna go upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, hold on. The camera's coming with me upstairs. Because we already know that recording Nick Cannon doesn't help because Sean Combs just will make sure that the recording disappeared like he did. 5 minutes worth of video. Gone down the drain. Where'd it go, Sean Combs? All I know is I made a disclaimer that any deleted, anything that is not posted on my internet for the public is only accessible by the government. Where is she?
Kinder Bueno. It's crispy. It's creamy. It's not your average chocolate bar. Sweet milk chocolate.
Let me turn this off.
Creamy hazelnut filling. It's Kinder Bueno.
What's the matter?
Why do you think to stay so still?
It's just, how do I get her? Well, it was just my being and my nurturing being, you know. An animal knows,
That's true.
an animal knows a person's true character. She nervous because you guys, she don't know you, but. Huh?
Including mom.
I've had animals all my life, so. Her birthday was in February, so we're in June. So she's about time to go get fixed. And she's pretty calm for it. She hasn't been fixed yet either.
You said you had pets all your life?
Oh, I'm like, maybe I don't have to, but I know it's probably gonna help because she is trying to keep the walls a little bit, so it might stop her from doing that. I mean, I already paid for her to get fixed. I just gotta go do it. It smells like somebody's cooking. Like
Well, thank you so much for meeting with us, Reneé. Just wanted to check to see how you're doing, what's going on. And every time we see each other, you know, I know you haven't been feeling so good.
yeah.
So,
Oh, it's okay. It's
how are you doing
okay.
today?
I'm doing fine. Yes, I've been doing as the days go by, and I've had less interaction with everyone in the building. I've had those moments in the hallways and they've been trying to complain and get Brandon and say, keep the noise. I'm like, but there's really nothing that I'm doing wrong. If they don't like me being loud, they can easily get out the building like I did when somebody's making too much noise or they I'm not gonna tell them, you can't act like that, because I don't know what that person is going through. So I get up. If I can't handle it, take my key, take a walk, So I let Brandon know, I'm like, I'm not doing anything wrong. They would try to call because then they keep on trying to say the same lie that I'm knocking on everyone's door when I'm not doing that. Now that they can't say that anymore, it's been, but I have to vent. I have to say how I feel. I had an issue where, when I had my psychotic break, the girl downstairs with her son, I've seen a lot when I went into that apartment. When I go through hysteria, I don't black out. I know everything that's going on. I just am on autopilot. So when I went into her apartment and I saw the environment, and I brought my guinea pigs. I don't know what. Maybe it was something in my subconscious said, because I would invite my, introduce them to everyone. I'm like, the little boy might want, I don't know, maybe that was my subconscious thinking, oh, bring the big guinea pigs to the little boy. I didn't even I didn't even know if he was home alone or not. Like, that's not something you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to do this. This was a psychotic break. And so I ended up knocking on the door and he let me in. He obviously was affected by what was going on because he started screaming and shit. And I tried to calm him down. And I ended up leaving. And then when he was trying to tell me to get the guinea pigs, I'm like, oh, you could have them. I was in that hysteria. But I'm fully aware. I'm just in autopilot. But she decided she wanted to make it seem as though her claim was that I tried to molest his son or whatever. I don't touch kids. And so she's spreading this situation and lies. So me and her, I've been staying away from her, but I've been verbally voicing how I feel in the hallways. Because what I'm not gonna have is some drug addict whore who doesn't clean up or cook for her son and doesn't even care for him, who honestly, she can have her son taken away from her from the state by the way she treats him. I am not going to let her try to sit here and manipulate and make people think that I am done something to her son to cause me to have to go and have problems, go to jail or whatever, can't have you, try to make her son lie for her. So I am venting and letting it be known. I'm like, bitch, you don't even try me. Don't try me, because guess what? I was a mother too. I still am. My kids are grown. I put in my work. I put in 3. And they never missed a meal off the stove. Every week they made sure they had clean clothes to go to school, and it wasn't a fucking clothes all over the place. So now she's feeling bad because she knows her environment. She knows she ain't doing right by her son. And then she wants to sit here and flip it because your problems is not mine, boo-boo. If you weren't going around telling people I was molesting your son, I wouldn't have told anybody what was going on in your apartment. I've been doing that, but I've been doing it without even talking to her. I've been saying, like she complained that I'm out her window. I go out there and I don't go out to stay at her window. I don't go to her window to do it. I be out there doing something and I say what I have to say. I'm in the hallway, I'm coming in or out the building, and I say what I have to say. But they've been trying to cause these issues. I'm creating my safety because that woman downstairs with her son is creating an unsafe environment for me by telling people lies. So I'm just saying, like, I feel better because I'm doing what I need to do and within the guidelines of no one telling me I cannot do what I need to do for my safety and my mental health. So I feel very safe now because I created that safety in the building and outside. I've been hit by men out in the street and I still do not fear them. I still show them that you must respect me. I still stand up for myself. I was punched in my face 2 nights ago, right there. I was smacked by the guy that sits in his car right there by the security church missionary bullshit. I am creating my own safety. They are causing these men to come and hit me, and I am going to create a situation in a system where these men are going to retaliate against the women that are causing the problems, not me, because they're hitting me for these hoes that are lying on me. I'm creating my own safety. Did you notice there's a new pole put up right there by the security where the guy sits in his car? There's a new pole. I made those connections with the government to get that new pole. So there's a better signal for his car radio. So I'm creating my safety that no one is creating for me.
So let me just make sure that I understand everything that you told me. That, you've been trying to stay more for yourself right now. You need to vent and say how you feel to feel safe. So you communicate. I
spent my whole life keeping my mouth shut, and I was unsafe. Now I'm creating safety by being. Everyone else is vocal, but everybody thinks I don't have the right because I choose to be quiet. Now I choose not to be quiet, and now everybody want to act like I don't have the right to speak. You had the right to speak all your life. Now I'm 45, 46. Now it's my turn.
And you're right. Like, no one needs to agree with everyone here or also like each other. Like, no one's required to like anybody specifically, but just as much as you want your space to be respected and your own space to be respected in general, whether you're in the building or in the community, you deserve that. And everyone else does too. Everyone deserves to feel safe. Everyone deserves to feel.
Yeah, I understand that, but the problem, what I was trying to tell you is, it's not about everyone deserving it. It was about no one providing it for me. So all of this hysteria in and out the hospital, all of this running around, getting smacked and hit and bit by men, was me creating the safety. Everybody has the right to it. Everybody has the right to what you're saying, but nobody was providing it for me. So I had to be the one that had to be sacrificed, getting hit, sent in and out the hospital to create something for me that should have been provided for me that no one wanted to provide, even though I provided it for everyone all my life.
I get it. Like, there's been a lot of times when you needed support and you didn't get it.
All my life, not some. There have been times. There's been my whole life. There's been 45 years of it.
I agree. And now you're taking steps to keep yourself safe. I don't think it should look like for you.
Not how I think I should look, how I know it should look. Because according to my history, people would say, "Oh, that's what she thinks." No, it's not what I think. It's what I know. Because I know the filth I came from. I know that motherfuckers out here at the corner store, at the liquor store, preying on teenage girls because of my relatives that caused that. I know that I watched a boy in high school. When I had my daughter, I was 18. She was a year old, not able to talk, barely walking, in diapers. It's hot outside. And I know she wasn't even a year old, probably. She was like 6 months. And I know that I sat there on my step holding my baby just like this and just trying to, it's hot outside. You know, I don't go to school no more. I ain't got nothing to do. All my friends that I had, they still in school. I just graduated. I'm with my baby, and a guy from across the street that I've supposed to have known before I got pregnant. We went to school together. He's still in school. He's 16, comes over and asks to hold my baby. I'm thinking, oh, we friends and we neighbors. You come over all the time. Here, hold my baby. And he takes my baby, and she has no shirt on. She can't talk. See, this is the system. Now, this is stuff that happens in people's homes that they don't even fucking know. Now, this boy is sitting here holding my baby and taking his thumbs and just rubbing all over her nipples and holding her. Could you imagine what is going on in his mind? What is happening to my baby in front of me? Someone is bold enough, a teenager is bold enough to molest your child in front of you. That is not what I want, and that's what I'm getting away from. That's what I'm veering away. If everybody wants to continue to allow their own children molest each other inside their homes, they're more than welcome to, but I am not going to allow that shit in mine.
Yeah, no one should have to allow any of that.
We already had to deal with, remember years ago when everybody took this wrestling ain't got no value, because wrestling is, and my relatives along with wrestling are the ones who cause little kids to kill each other inside their homes. Now, this shit that's going on is causing little kids to molest, because I was one of them, causing kids to molest their own siblings inside their home. It's disgusting. It's not what I think, it's what I know, it's what I've seen, it's what I've experienced, what my child has experienced, and what I decide I am not going to let happen. And I've been fighting since I was 18. Since I was 18, fighting to this day still for that type of safety where I can feel safe to be a mom and not have to worry about somebody molesting my child, because it could be a child molesting my child. Not everybody worried about a grown man. You need to worry about the kid that's in your house nowadays, because that's what these motherfuckers, these nasty motherfuckers have developed.
I'm really sorry to hear that you got physically assaulted.
And then I am not going to sit by and just sit here and act like I don't see this nasty 65-year-old man out there trying to holler at teenage girls on their way to and from school or from the library. I'm not going to do that. I'm creating my safety. I've been crying out in the building. I haven't been getting the help. So I made my own safety system. That telephone pole out there is going to secure my safety amongst all these people who don't want to keep me safe.
Do you feel like someone's going to physically attack you? Just like
I don't feel like anything, because, like I said, I created my own safety. I don't feel like anything. I feel safe because I created it for myself.
And part of creating your own safety, how do you feel comfortable?
And so this, as you can see, my bunny feels very safe with me, because the safety I created for myself makes her feel just as safe. She's nervous with y'all, but she feels very safe with me.
How do you feel about instead of like engaging or getting away from those people who are trying to harm you, getting some of your reinforcements? And
I ain't no fucking animal molester like Miss Kitty Meow. She told me about that shit.
If someone's trying to hurt you,
letting her cat lick all over her pussy. How old is that woman? That's nasty.
You have access to call the police to get help if someone's trying to hurt you?
No, I mean, you don't have to give me the rundown. I know exactly what I have to do. I I'm the one who is out in the streets teaching the kids, even if you don't have phone service, even if you don't have a SIM card, as long as that phone has some power, you can call 911. I'm the one who's teaching the kids. I don't need no one to teach me anything, because I know that, and a lot of these kids didn't even know that. So I'm telling you, like, if I could teach kids something that you adults are not teaching them, obviously I know more than what you guys are trying to teach me, is what I'm trying to say.
No, I hear you. And then, one of the reasons why we're here, Reneé, is
because these kids should know it. They don't know it, obviously, and I had to come here from across the country to teach them.
We're concerned that
right,
the
baby.
plan that you have for yourself.
So I know safety.
It's going to create more.
Very, very well. I created it for myself. But thank you for informing me on stuff I already know. Thank you very much.
No, for sure. Like, I'm not trying to teach you anything you don't know already. That's not what we're trying to do.
I mean, I was born in. I mean, of course, I would be the worst military brat if I didn't understand safety and the guidelines and how to create it.
I get it.
What does safety look like for you?
What does the safety look like for the military? Because that's what it looks like for me.
Okay, what does it mean when you're out in the street?
Because when I speak safety, honestly, I'm speaking for the military. I am really a U.S. Army military brat. It's an acronym. I was born in a government facility by government officials under the military. I really understand all of it, and what it means to me is exactly what it means to the government and the military. So if you don't understand, so to ask me what it means, I feel like as if you don't know what it means to obey the law. Because that's all it is, really. That's all it is. Safety is not different for everyone. Safety is the same for everyone. And safety, all it requires is obeying the law. That's what safety is. I obey the law, and I created my own system by obeying the law.
If I can ask you a question, right? You said that these men are out here hitting you. What led them to hit you?
Just for saying hi. As a matter of fact, the guy in the car, all I did was go to his car to say hi, because we had intimacy, me and this man. All of a sudden, he decided he wanted to go nuts. So why? Mixed cross lines, mixed signals. There wasn't no mixed signals between he and I. So where did it come from? Right after we have sex, just like after I had sex with the man downstairs, what happens? He bites me. That's not normal behavior in anywhere. And now for him, so I've been showing him how much I care by giving him a telephone pole, his own personal telephone pole. Believe it or not, that's for him. He likes to listen to AM radio. We know that's hard to get. I had to go all around the mulberry bush to show this man that I actually cared about him, because I don't know what fuck shit was put into his head. After we're intimate, then he smacks me because I just want to say hello. That's why I got smacked, just for saying hello. That's what you want to know? That's why I got smacked. Why I get punched at the bus stop? I got punched at the bus stop just for hanging out, talking to people, and playing Nipsey Hussle on the radio.
Do you think?
So there are nothing that is being antagonized by either parties, by me or them, but I get hit.
So you're saying that
there's something wrong. That's not normal. Outside of LA, you don't see that type of shit.
But I hear what you're saying, and I believe what you're telling me.
Well, Tyrese being over on the other side of the country would make a lot of sense as to why. That's exactly why this man with his AM radio, Tyrese don't know shit about that. He out there with his own personal, and they updated and gave him more connection, more signal.
Knowing how these men react to you greeting them, knowing that they're gonna.
So I don't, and that's hell. That is hell, though. Do you understand? That is hell. A woman or any man, no one should have to live in a hell where they cannot say hi to someone without being hit. That is hell. It is not normal.
No, it's not normal.
And therefore, I create my own safety, because I'm not going to live my life like that. Because of the military, I'm not. The military is going to make sure whatever these motherfuckers are used to doing, they picked the wrong one. Because the military is going to make sure that I don't slip into their bullshit, but they're going to make sure that they get incarcerated for their crimes.
And also, I know that.
So that's what's going to happen, and they are trying to stop it. But as you can see, they can't stop it, because they don't be beating my ass in the street. They just act on reflex because of the spark that was thrown at them from somewhere. And then when they realize what they did, then they fall back. because they didn't intend to do it, but they were influenced not by me, by an outside source.
So what I'm hearing is that for those men...
And that outside source would be Tyrese Gibson. Did you hear about Will Smith smacking Chris Rock? That's the same day I got smacked by John in the street. And Tyrese promoted it and said, oh, don't worry, Will Smith, I got you 100%. So he promotes violence, and that's why there's violence happening here. Tyrese is a tyrant trying to act like a sweet man. If you were a sweet man, why would you have the back of a man who hit someone? That means you promote violence. You should be having the back of the man who got hit, which was named Chris Rock. He did not call and say, I got your back, Chris Rock. He said, I got your back, Will Smith, which means Tyrese is pro-violence. And anyone who's pro-violence is a criminal against the law. And he can't seem to understand that if he don't obey the law, he's going to jail. I already spoke to all the officials. When the kids, because that's Tyrese that caused that, when the kids got shot up in that school in Tennessee, in Texas, I spoke to the officials.
I remember you told me.
Oh, and the sheriffs and all of them, everybody's getting all the paperwork to make sure Tyrese and whoever else, more than likely Sean Combs, who's been helping him, will either be incarcerated or they will have the SWAT team shooting down their motherfucking homes and making sure they're inside when they do it. So I'm like what I'm saying is like, I don't have to do anything but say what I need to say, because the law enforcement who I stand for, they follow what I say. And I have proven all my life to a law enforcement that I do not commit crimes and I am not a lawbreaker, because as who I am not to do so. And I will not do so. And because of that is the one reason that the military and the government and the president will stand by me and make sure that justice is served and that is due to me, because it's justice that's due to me.
And because they are a real important to you, like you said, because they support you in that way, I encourage you to call them when you feel unsafe too.
Oh, I do. Listen, when I got punched in, let me tell you something, how powerful I am when it comes to law enforcement. When I got punched out there, and I told the guy I was going to call the police, I never called the police. I came back to my apartment and got a text from the police asking me if I'm okay. All I have to do is speak. I don't have to go extra measures like everyone else. No one wants to understand that.
We'll also know that we can also help you with getting them present here. If they're not, let's say they send you.
When I'm traveling out there, the police are right there at the metro, at the bus stops, securing my safety. I don't have to do nothing but speak. These guys who are committing these crimes against me, who are inevitably going to go to jail and they can't understand why. It's not my fault. But I'm not going to sit here and allow them to continue to abuse me while the law enforcement gathers evidence to put them in jail where they belong.
Well, Reneé, I want to thank you for just talking to us today. I know that our meetings are not always
I know, because you guys, I expect you not to be where I am in my mental state. But everything I'm saying, we know is not crazy. We know I'm not schizophrenic. Let's be honest. We know that I am not. I made it very clear and showed you in so many ways that I have been a female that has suffered from sexual trauma all my life, and I'm putting an end to it.
Right. So for that same reason, we want to continue. Does this time work for you on Wednesdays? The afternoon?
No, I don't need to. I don't want to schedule to meet with you. That is not necessary.
Okay. So
that's what Tyrese and whoever else would love, is a schedule so they can keep an update to cover up their lives. I don't make schedules. If there's a time that I really need to speak to you, you guys know I will come find you. If you guys need to speak to me, you guys come to my door. We don't have to schedule anything.
So the reason why I mentioned a certain time, because we also have another person, her name is Susan Herbert, and she's also part of our team. And her role is just to be able to hear your safety plans, hear how we can.
I understand that, but I'm saying.
And she can also sit down. We can sit down and talk to, because
Well, the thing is that I don't. Who are you brainstorming for? That's the question, because you're not brainstorming for me. That's what I'm saying. All of the stuff to make you understand. The brainstorming y'all are doing is not for me, because whatever you claim that you're doing for me, I'm already doing for myself. I'm essentially living in an environment where I'm supposed to be getting this support that you guys are not able or capable of providing for me, that I have to provide for myself. I don't expect you. How do I expect you to know how to hook up somebody with? I'm supposed to come to you and say, hey, yo, this guy out here in the street, he listens to AM radio. He's been helping me on some shit.